Hello, everybody, and welcome to Monday night. My name is Harlequin Murray. We are glad you're here to join us tonight. For those of you who are new with us, welcome. We appreciate that. Clarence, those ribs look really good. That he just popped it up on the screen. But anyways, for those of you who have not been with us before, our host this evening, as she is every week, is Miss Ellen Winn, who is my sponsor. And to kind of give you a little bit of her background, she grew up on a farm just outside of Atlanta in a town called Dallas, Georgia. And she was in the restaurant industry for many, many years, worked her way up to a district director and a training manager with Domino's Pizza, and then decided to branch out on her own and be a business owner. So she ended up starting her own pizza restaurant, actually had 2 locations that were non-franchise. So she was the one in charge of everything. So she kind of knows where business owners are coming from and where our clients are coming from because she's been there, done that. But she was introduced to network marketing about 20 years ago, I believe it was. And she has been doing very well with that. I actually met her about 18 years ago. And at the time, she was the national training director for a network marketing company. But she and I have been friends ever since, and she has been with DAC for about 5.5 years almost now, and is an area director with the company and has a wealth of knowledge to impart to us. But she is also the team leader for pretty much everybody here, unless you are on someone else's team. And usually you know that because you didn't get a welcome email from her. But anyways, without further ado, Miss Ellen, can you go ahead and take it away?
I can. Thank you, Harlequin. Wow, I'm excited to be doing this tonight. I have my old computer back, so hopefully we'll be able to go through the slides without any problems tonight.
And
Thank you.
one thing I do have to make a comment on for everybody, yesterday was Ellen's birthday, so happy birthday, Miss Ellen.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I had a great birthday, and I had lots of people reaching out to me by text, messenger, Facebook, phone calls, you name it. So it was really a great day, and I could feel the love. So thank you for that, Harlequin. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the introduction. Appreciate you guys for being here. If this is the first time you've joined us, welcome. We do this every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time, giving you guys an opportunity as a team to get some one-on-one questions answered. You know, David Rutz, our company founder and president, does Zooms on Mondays and Fridays for the agents. On Wednesday, we have Wade Cordell from Bank Breezy, our funding partners. He does a funding training, and all the Q&A is specific only about funding on Wednesday. So Monday and Friday, those 11:30 a.m. Zooms are really your only time to get questions asked. And if you can't be on those during the day, then this is your next best opportunity to get on and ask your questions here on our live team Zooms. Every week I do team recognition, and I do some sort of training outside of, or maybe in addition to, what David has covered on the DAC corporate Zoom. So tonight is no different. I'm going to go ahead and get us into screen share mode and get us kicked off with our team recognition. You should be seeing my world-class opportunity slide. Thank you, Harlequin. I appreciate that. All right, DAC, we fuel the American dream on all aspects, from funding business owners when they can't get money and working capital from their local bank, to those folks like you and I who are out here looking for a better way to make money than working for somebody else. And I love DAC. I love our model. And as Harlequin said, I've been here almost 5.5 years. So most people would go, wow, you've been there 5.5 years. You ought to be making tons of money. Well, let me explain that 5.5 years ago, when I first got started, DAC was just a baby company. In fact, we still are just a baby company. We've been building the foundation, and we've been building layers and layers of support on the back end the corporate team has, as well as bringing different services to the table for us to market. Right now, I believe that we're really starting into our phase 2 growth period, where DAC is really going to be exploding with growth over the next 12 months. We've got a new program we just launched last month, our healthcare, which I'm super excited about. We've got some other products layered in there, our services, and we've got another service that's coming on probably as early as the 1st of next month. Probably won't go live for the masses until the middle of next month, but it's going to be, as David says, a 1-2 punch on our healthcare program, where it's a prescription drug program that'll be a great add-on and available for anybody, no matter how old they are. Our healthcare program cuts off at once someone turns 65, they're no longer eligible for our healthcare program. They would be on Medicare. So super excited about where we are, and I'm glad that you're here at this point in time with David Allen Capital, because it just keeps getting better and better, and you're here at the perfect time. All right, so let's go through the slides. DAC, building your agency here. You have the ability to earn a significant income off of your personal clients, whether it be clients that pay you bonuses or clients that pay you residually. You can make a lot of money here just doing DAC on your own. But you can earn even more if you decide that you want to build a team. So this is a great lead in to our top recruiters for the previous week. So for the week of 9/11 through 9/17, we had 6 people that made the leaderboard. To be named on the leaderboard, you had to have 2 or more new agents join your team. So in first place, I'd like to recognize AIO Consulting. They had 4 new agents join the team. Congratulations. In second place, we had Shantina Hurd with 3 new agent recruits. Congratulations. And in third place, we had a 4-way tie with Pam Warnock, Deborah Bratcher, Envied Consultants, and Tremaine Poindexter. Each had 2 new agent recruits for the week. So congratulations to all of you that made the leaderboard. If your name's not up here, but you had 1 new recruit for the week, like I did, congratulations to you as well. And then if you didn't have a recruit, but you're having conversations with people and you're out there asking, hey, do you keep your options open for making extra money outside of what you're currently doing? Then it's just a matter of time before you too will be named on the leaderboard. So all in all, last week we saw a bump in the number of agents joining the team. We had 38 agents who had at least 1 new recruit. So congratulations to you guys that are making it happen. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is something I touched on last week. I did an in-depth training on compensation and how to get to your desired income by talking about health share, right? But in that, I had a slide about our compensation plan where it has many complex layers and multiple ways to get paid. We have our bonuses that get paid one time, residual income, you can earn car allowances, expense accounts, revenue sharing, and you can even move on through the top rank of the company to where you can earn equity shares of David Allen Capital. Okay. But all in all, with all of this and all the multiple pages of our compensation plan, don't let it get you confused. Okay. Because we basically have 2 ways of getting paid. One, some of our services pay out a one-time bonus that gets paid out through our bonus plan. So we got a bonus plan over here. And then some of our services only pay out a monthly residual income. So we got a residual plan over here. And those are really the 2 ways that you're going to get paid. All of the other things, the car bonuses, the moving through the ranks and earning the expense accounts and getting into revenue share and equity share, those are all the result of getting qualified in the bonus plan and getting qualified in the monthly residual plan. Okay, so it's really that simple. Tonight, I want to start off with some recognition, and we're going to talk specifically about moving through the ranks to earn more overrides on a team. Okay. And tonight we're specifically talking about rank advancing on the bonus side of our compensation plan. Last week I was talking about residuals and getting yourself qualified there to move on through earning the max residual, where you could earn that 7-level bump up and get yourself qualified and everybody in your team. But this is about the bonus plan. In fact, the bonus plan is page 5 of the DAC compensation plan, which is located in the Agent Resource Center. And if you notice on page 5, it says bonus override coding commissions paid on business fundings, ERCs, and other services with upfront bonuses. That other service right now, the only other service is Relevate. So we've got 3 different product lines that pay an upfront bonus: the revenue-based funding and equity funding, our lines of credit, everything under the funding umbrella, our ERCs, which we made an announcement the previous week. I sent out notification where the IRS had halted taking on any new ERCs. Well, we are still processing those. So if you've got ERC clients in your funnel, you want to continue working those, our CPA team is working those accounts, and they're getting those files in order so that when the IRS does open back up to accept new ERC submissions, we'll have our clients ready to go right in line. So doesn't mean that we're stopping what we're doing. It'll just slow down the process for your clients that are waiting on an ERC or waiting on the ERC to open back up again. Okay. But those are where your bonuses get paid on that particular service line. So if you want to get more details on it and understand how that service gets paid, when the bonuses count, and what the bonus volume is, you can find more of that on page 13. And that's your business services, those that pay a bonus revenue with a one-time bonus. Okay. All right. So let's talk about promoting yourself through these bonus ranks by getting personal bonus clients. Last week when I was talking about residuals, it was about you getting personal clients and bumping up your personal residual revenue. Well, you move yourself through these first 3 ranks in our bonus plan by getting personal clients. Okay. So tonight I want to congratulate Tam Pham. Tam had a client that is actually his second client, put him over the 1,000 in residual revenue to get him to DAC 1. But also this second client that he got pushed him over the revenue to qualify for DAC 2. So congratulations, Tam, on hitting DAC 1 and DAC 2 with the same client. That's rare that happens, but I know you're excited about what's happening in your personal business, and you've got some great things happening in your team as well. We also had Vicky Murillo go to DAC 2. Vicky hit DAC 1 back earlier this year and just had a new funding client that pushed her to DAC 2. So congratulations, Tam and Maria, both on you moving yourself through the ranks by getting funding clients and getting that self-promotion. Okay. Now, before I go there, I want to see, is Carlene on? I think I saw her pop in here earlier. Last week, I recognized Carlene Penn. Carlene hit DAC 4 last week. She's been steadily building her DAC business. She's plugged into all the Zooms that we do. In fact, she was on here last week, but was a little bit late getting on. I'd already moved through the recognition and was in the middle of doing the training presentation that I had created. So she didn't have an opportunity to speak. But Carlene, I see that you are here tonight, and I'd like to open up and give you an opportunity to speak for just a second.
Great. Can you hear me? Thank you, Ellen.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity to speak now. Unfortunately, I missed, as you said, the initial part of last week's meeting, so I'll be brief. I just wanted to say that I was just pleasantly surprised earlier, a couple of weeks ago, when I was notified that I had a new client, actually, that I had a commission. That was indeed a new client, salon and from the salon and health industry. I had not spoken to the client. They just acted upon the information provided that I sent out in emails that I've been sending, and that was it. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you again for all that you do. I truly appreciate your encouragement, your email messages, and definitely these meetings. I mean, it's just great. So God bless you and bless our team. Thanks
Yeah.
again, Ellen. I appreciate
Excellent.
it.
Well, thank you, Carlene. And
Okay.
just for those of you that are listening, Carlene is consistently sending out emails. How often do you send out emails, and about how many are you sending out on, say, a weekly basis,
On
Carlene?
a week, each time I sit down on a day, I try to get at least no less than 20, sometime less, sometime a little bit more. So I have to do what David said today, just step it up and send out a whole lot more. So try to get to about 100 consistently. But I have been also talking to people. I was one of those who initially didn't want to talk, but now I'm getting more comfortable doing that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and I
that's
know
it.
you have
Mhm.
put me on the phone with you on some
Sure.
client conversation.
Hmm.
Great at that. Sending me a text message, letting me
Right.
know that she's got an opportunity to talk to a client, wanting to know if I'm available. I say
Right.
yes. We do the call together. I've answered questions directly for the client, and those first few conversations that you were having, I know that
Sure. Mhm.
having me on the line helped boost your confidence level.
Definitely,
Right?
definitely. Yes, I
Being able
appreciate it.
have an expert on the line with you where you wouldn't get crossed up on what to say. So congratulations on that. I'm just so
Well, thank
proud
you
of
so
you.
much.
Love seeing your consistency. And I know that you're going to continue having success and much more of it, especially if you step up those emails like you just said. That's great.
Right, will do.
All
Thanks so
right.
much.
You
Okay.
bet. Thank you
Okay.
so much as
Bye.
well. All right. So let's go on over to kind of what I talked about last week on needing a minimum of 200 in personal residual revenue. But not only does that 200 in personal residual revenue impact your earnings on the residual side of the plan, it also helps you get paid on your personally enrolled agents on the bonus side of the plan, even if you've not had a bonus client yet. If you've not moved to DAC 1 or you not moved to DAC 2 or DAC 4, and if you're not engaged because you haven't had a personally funded client yet, if you have 200 in personal residual revenue, you can still earn a 10% income match on your personally enrolled agents. So don't leave money laying on the table, and don't miss out on a commission that if you go get 200 in personal residual revenue, you're guaranteed to earn something on your personally enrolled agents because you've got that 200 required revenue. So just wanted to point that out. Also want to talk about being here to win. David has talked about doing the power segments and consistent activity. That really is what our business boils down to. Power segments, 15 minutes at a time. And whether you break out your day in 4 15-minute segments and work an hour, or maybe you do 8 of them and you put in 2 hours, maybe you can do it consistently back to back. Or maybe you're working for somebody else and you have to break up your morning and then maybe do a lunch break and then afternoon or evening, whatever it consists of. If you'll look at your day in 15 minutes and what you can accomplish in 15 minutes, whether it's sending out emails, sending out text messages, phone calls, messenger, making posts on social media, and interacting with someone in social media, looking at, if you make a post about your business, go in and look to see who actually liked your post. And then go back and send them a message and say, hey, thank you for liking my post about healthcare. Thank you for liking my post about business funding or about my business. Whatever it is, send them a personal message and potentially get a conversation started a little bit deeper, because not everybody that makes a post or likes a post in a Facebook posting there is going to want to interact publicly, but maybe they will behind the scenes if you send them that private message. Okay. And as we talked about last week, get the conversation started. After I finished that training, I kind of summed up the healthcare plan because there was a lot of detail on it. And again, I think that the healthcare program or health share program, DAC healthcare. I think that's really the low hanging fruit. I had this conversation multiple times today about what do I lead with? What should we really focus on marketing? And I really believe that healthcare is the low hanging fruit, so to speak, because it is something that every single person that you talk to is impacted by, no matter how old they are, right? We can't market our plan to someone that is over 65 or 65 and older, but they're still impacted by healthcare. They're impacted by healthcare costs. And just around the corner, we're going to have a program that no matter how old they are, they could benefit from our RX program if they're taking prescription drugs, right? So the healthcare conversation is a ubiquitous conversation. It impacts everybody. And I encourage you to get the conversation started. That could be your text message. Hey, what are you guys doing for healthcare? Or does your company offer healthcare to you? Whatever you want to get the conversation going on. But here's what I wanted to provide for you tonight. And you may want to do a screenshot of this so that you've got it and can read through it and rehearse it and just know. And I'm speaking to you from a user of our healthcare, right? I subscribe to or I enrolled in the DAC healthcare plan the last day of July. So my plan went active on August 1st, actually the day before it went live for DAC as a whole. I had a behind the scenes conversation with the healthcare team before it went live and was able to get enrolled for August 1st. I've used the program. I've used the health, the televisits. I used it to see my eye doctor. I've used it at the pharmacy. And I also reached out to their, we've got Talkspace, which is a not consulting, therapy, online Talkspace therapy, right? Where you can talk to a therapist. I haven't actually connected with one, but I went through and filled out the forms to see how that process would work and getting connected with someone. And it was really pretty cool. So I'm going to tell you from my experience, this is not insurance, but it works exactly like insurance. And David touched on this the other day, but I wrote down the bullet points on it. Okay. The client receives a membership benefits card in the mail, just like if you have Aetna or Blue Cross Blue Shield, Anthem, whatever plan you have on the insurance side of the world, they send you an insurance card, right? Well, we get a benefits card exactly like an insurance card, but it has Clearwater. It has our member ID number. It has the BIN number for our prescriptions and all of that. So identical. Insurance card over here, Clearwater sends a member benefits card out. Okay. The client has a network to search for providers. You go in and whatever it is you're needing care for, whether you're wanting to see a dermatologist, a general practitioner, whatever it is, you go in and you search for providers in your local area, just like you do over here on an insurance provider list, right? And then once you see that the provider you want to go to is included in that list, you want to verify when you call to make the appointment, say, hey, I see you're part of the PHCS network and you're listed as one of the providers. I want to verify that you do take my plan. Verify it on the phone, right? But it's exactly like insurance. And then when you go to the doctor visit or the outpatient or whatever visit you go to, you're going to present your member benefits card, just like you would present an insurance card to the provider. They're going to get your information. They're going to look at it. They're going to verify that it's active. And they're going to tell you that what you owe. If you owe anything, it may be a free visit, maybe one of the preventative care visits that's covered 100% for free. It may be one that has a copay, or it may be something that you have to pay the full amount because it's going towards your out-of-pocket max, right? But it works exactly like insurance does on that respect, okay? Once you have paid or not paid, depending on whatever's due to the provider, then the provider is going to collect that money and then they're going to bill the plan administrator. Okay, the plan administrator is our provider, which is Clearwater. They announced on our training that their TPA, their administrator side, is called Boomi, but they're going back and rebranding it back to Clearwater, so it's not confusing. But your doctor's office will send a bill off to them. They'll get paid whatever the Clearwater share is. And then the client, you as the member of Clearwater, will receive an EOB in the mail, which is explanation of benefits, just exactly like insurance. And then you'll also, if there's something, a remaining portion for you as the patient to pay, you'll receive a bill in the mail or by email or text, however you have that set up, and make that payment. Again, 100% exactly like insurance, but technically it is not insurance. In my opinion, it's better because insurance plans limit you to coverage inside your state. They limit you to the network that particular provider participates in. And a lot of times they don't cover you if you're traveling outside of your state, and certainly not outside the country. But the DAC Health Share Plan through Clearwater covers you in every state, covers you even when you're traveling internationally. If you're sick or injured in another country outside of the United States, you're covered, right? And you don't have these big out-of-pocket deductibles. The max out-of-pocket max is $5,000, and it goes as low as $2,500 or $1,000. So just get these basics down on healthcare. Know that you don't have to know all of these details, but when you're talking to someone, I wanted to share my experience on it so that you have the confidence level to understand that this really is the real deal. And it's an amazing program. When you compare it side by side with traditional insurance, it's going to be a better price with better coverage and put your client in a better situation. So I want to open up for questions now. I'm going to stop screen share and go over to Q&A. And also I want to say, folks that are on here live, I know we have 3 or 4 times this many that watch on the replay, and would love to see more. We've got way more people in the team that are actually participating in Zooms and watching replays, but that is dependent on you guys to make that happen, right? I know I do my part every week, sending out the messages saying, hey, we got this going on, inviting people to attend. And then I take my time to put the material together. And then it's up to you as to whether you're recruiting a team and encouraging your new team members and existing team members to plug in. I promise you, the more you get your team plugged in and everybody is in the same, moving in the same direction, the bigger your business is going to grow, the faster it's going to grow, and you're going to see yourself having personal momentum. Momentum is just around the corner for David Allen Capital as a company. Because of the residual services that we've launched, as I say, the low-hanging fruit, where now we have services that anybody and everybody can market. You don't have to be comfortable just talking to business owners, but it's up to you guys to bring people into our meetings each week. Okay. So anybody have a question or a comment, you can use the reactions button down at the bottom of your screen, and I'll open up the floor for questions there while I'm waiting on that. Harlan, at the beginning that we have a lot of people in our group that are not a member of the Facebook group, the DAC agent Facebook group. So if you've not joined that group, you want to make sure that you go over to Facebook and ask to be invited into the group, or add yourself to DAC agents group, because a lot of times information gets posted there. And if you're not a member of that group, you may miss something. I try to catch that and send it out through the text group. But it's a great spot for you to get feedback and stuff there in the Facebook group.
Can I add a comment to that, Ellen?
Okay.
The Facebook group is not a place to ask questions. You need to go to support, because a lot of times people give out the wrong answer. And unless you see an answer from somebody that it says, what is it? What's that
Expert.
Yeah, group expert, then don't rely on that answer.
Yeah, there are a few people in there that are top contributors. That doesn't mean that they're a group expert necessarily, unless they've been designated that by the administrator, the group administrator, but they might be a top contributor because they're very active in the group. So trust the group expert comments or admins.
I've had to go and correct many a incorrect answer, and a lot of times it's not done intentionally. they just misunderstood something, and they may be new themselves, and they're like, oh, wait, I heard about that, and they totally give you the wrong answer.
Right. And if you see folks in there that are asking for opinions of how to market this or how to market that, if you see a response that is something outside of what DAC is talking about, just disregard it. Because if there's someone that's having success, if an agent is having success doing anything other than what we're already teaching, I assure you it gets added to the schedule of educational material there real quickly, because we want to share what is working. I see some outlandish comments sometimes on people saying, hey, try this. And if you click on it, a lot of times they're trying to bait you to go over and sign up for their affiliate program, where they're claiming to have tremendous success with DAC. But I'm going, who is this person? I've never seen them on a leaderboard. I've never heard of them get into funding, but they're claiming to be an expert in the DAC funding or DAC agents group. So just disregard that. But yeah, that's great comments there, Harlequin. I see some comments in the chat congratulating the agents that were on the board tonight. And when is there an opportunity presentation? Okay, so there is a current opportunity presentation on your partner page right now. If you go to davidallencapital.com/partner/your ID number, that's your recruiting page. You can send someone over there to watch a live biz op presentation, or if you want to see it yourself, go watch that. It was recorded since we've launched healthcare. Okay. There's a new one coming up on the first Tuesday of the month, which we're just a couple of weeks away. That will be a live presentation at 8 p.m. that night with our founder, David Rutz. And then we're going to be following that up with some sort of training. Hopefully it's going to be on the RX program. If not the RX program, then we will have payment processing training, one of those two, hopefully. Okay. All right. Thank you for those questions. Anything else in the comment there, Harlequin, that you're seeing, or anything that I've missed? I see we got some hands up now.
Yeah, no, nobody has sent a message to me.
Okay.
If you
All right,
do have it's easier, guys, if you send the messages to me, because Ellen sometimes can't see them whenever she's trying to do her presentation.
Got it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to Ray and ask you to unmute. How are you doing tonight, Ray? I think you're unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Okay, so first of all, I want to say happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you, Ray.
Okay, so my question is, so earlier I listened to the Monday leadership call, and I think one of the persons asked a question about a chargeback or whatever. I'm guessing it has something to do with the funding, or either it was about the health share. Now I know I had already mentioned asked a question about that last Monday, and you answered that. So I guess if you can elaborate a little bit more, because I was trying to understand if Dave was talking about something in relating to the funding that was a chargeback, or was it health share?
Yeah, no, those questions were specifically what it was a general question. Do we have chargebacks? Right. They're wanting to know if they've earned a commission, is there a chance that it would ever be taken back? And the answer in response was in regards to funding. That's the only time that we have a clawback situation or chargeback situation possibility right now, because everything else we get paid on after, or the month after that it's already been paid for, right? So it would only affect funding. And as David was explaining, Giggle, we only get paid once a month on Giggle, giving those clients the opportunity to pay their first payment, because once a client has paid their first payment with Giggle, then it's considered commission earned, and they're not going to ever do a clawback on Giggle. They just won't pay us if the client defaults on it before they've met that window of requirements to pay us and us not have to pay it back. The exception to that, there is a potential for clawback on the bigger fundings when it's 15,000 or more and they go over to Bank Breezy. But David said today we've had our first clawback this past week for the entire year. So here we are in September and we've only had one clawback, meaning one client that has defaulted on their funding within their first 30 days, I believe is the window on that. And a commission's been paid out that David will try to take back from that agent. But he said most of the clawbacks that we've had over time were for agents that had one funding, excuse me, one funding, and they got paid and then they never got another funding. So DAC actually wasn't able to take that money back from them. But it's very rare, especially with our unique situation where we're marketing mostly to people that we know or creating relationships with people. There's a lot less fraud in that space than there is with people just applying to things online where there's no name and recognition there in that case. Does that answer your question, Ray?
Yes, it did. Thank you. It did.
Awesome. Is that it for tonight?
That's pretty much it.
Awesome. Well, I always appreciate your input, your questions, and your attentiveness to be able to ask those questions. So thank you. All right. And we had another hand up, but I don't see it anymore. Maybe we answered the question.
Let one Brown had his hand up at one point.
Hi. Yeah.
Did you still have a question? Belinda will be right back with you. LaTwan, did you have a question?
You answered that's what my question was, but do we have chargebacks? And I was wondering that in the healthcare program, and you answered that.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks for thinking of something there. Glad that we could answer it. All right, I'm going to go to Belinda. Did you have a question, Belinda?
Yes, I just now, because I've been so busy and everything like that, so I'm just now knowing that you guys have upgraded the system and stuff like that. So, is the website changed? Because I tried to go into my email to try to look for it and everything like that, and couldn't find it.
How long ago did you become an agent? Was it this year or last year or before?
Last year.
Okay. Yes, our technology has changed. So if you signed up before January 1st of this year, the web links that we had may not work, depending if you saved them. Now, what we always taught was davidallencapital.com/your ID number was your actual link. But a lot of times there were extra characters that got added in and agents would save that full link with the extra characters. So my guess is that's probably what is happening if you have an old link. Have you been able to locate your agent ID number?
No, and I was trying to look for it all this week and everything like that, but I don't see it or anything like that. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. I kind of think a little bit, but I'm like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah, well, first off, I'm glad that you're wanting to get re-engaged and getting caught up, that we've got new things here, because it's just amazing where we are. But the simple solution for you is for you to send an email to support@davidallencapital.com. And if you'll send them your full name and where you live, they'll be able to look you up in the system and just ask them to please resend your welcome letter with your agent ID. And then they'll send you all of the current links and you'll have just click and play with everything that we have access to right now. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for the question. All right. And LaTwan, I see you've got your hand back up. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Yes, I had a question. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, great. So yeah, I had a question. So if a person, how do I say this? Okay, 1 second. I lost my question. Okay, now I remember. Okay, so when they're giving out loans to people who don't have a business, right? If they have a personal account, are we able to help them?
Okay, so we don't do funding for people that don't have a business or aren't earning money through 1099. So we don't do personal loans if they're W-2 employee or if they just don't have.
Yeah, like I mean, like a taxi cab, a taxi cab person, a 1099. So they're not like a business.
They will qualify.
With a personal account, they'll qualify?
They can, if they have 1099 income or they're a solopreneur, if they have a personal account, they have to be doing at least 3,000 a month consistently in revenue. And they need to be making multiple deposits, a minimum of 4. Really prefer that they have 5 or more deposits going in each month. Their bank account cannot be in the negative when they apply, and they can't be bouncing a lot of checks. So when if someone is applying that has a personal account, they're going to have to link their bank through the Plaid network. And that reminds me, I want to share something with you guys that may be helpful. I know sometimes we run into situations through Giggle, they have to link through Plaid. Plaid is going to verify that the account has the money in it that they're stating, right? So it's just a verification tool that they use. And I'm typing while I'm looking this up. I want to show you something.
And Ellen, while you're looking that up, just a reminder that if they are in California or New York, Giggle does not operate in those states.
That's true. So then they would have to have a business account. Thank you for that, Harlequin.
Thank you for that. California, New York. Okay.
Correct. And I'm looking at, okay, there is, if you have someone that's applying for a funding with Giggle and they keep having trouble with their bank linking, and they know that they've taken the security settings off at their bank. So if someone's trying to link with Plaid, they're going to run into one of 3 things if there's an issue. One, they're using the wrong username and password to log into their online banking. Okay, that's a very common error if they're having difficulty. Number 2, it could be that their bank just is not part of the Plaid network, and their bank doesn't connect with Plaid, and that's going to automatically disqualify them. The third thing is maybe their bank has a automatic setting, a security setting that prevents third-party apps from connecting. So if you have a client who's still having problems, they know their bank is active on the Plaid network, and they are verifying that they're using the correct username and password, and they don't have security settings preventing that third-party app from connecting. If they're still having issues, I had a client go over and sign up for a Plaid account on plaid.com, plaid.com. You can say log in, get started. If you don't have an account, you can sign up for an account. And all that does is it puts you in the Plaid network, and it'll show you what accounts are connected to Plaid. But the minute that client went in and did that, it eliminated the connection issue that he kept running into trying to link his bank. So just, I think that's a great tip for everybody to be aware of. Plaid.com, click join or log in, and it'll route you over to setting up and creating an account with Plaid, and it'll make those connections a lot easier if they run into a problem. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Anything else?
You say I can invite my team to this every time?
You bet. Yeah, please do.
Okay. All right.
You bet. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you for jumping on here tonight. We appreciate all of you, and let's get the numbers up, not only on our team Zooms, but on our performance, guys. There's not a reason why every one of you on here tonight shouldn't have at least 200 personal residual revenue points. I went through the strategy to get there last week. We've got so many different opportunities to get that. I was going through looking at our ID Protect, which is an immediate point process for you. If you're running into the end of the month and you need points, you can bring a client onto that product and it shows up immediately. So we got a lot of opportunity out there outside of just funding to be able to get those qualification points. But if you'll start getting that yourself, it'll build your confidence and belief in what we're doing, because you'll start seeing the success, and you'll see how our customers and clients are excited about the new program, if it's healthcare that you're talking to them about. And then you'll really know and feel in your heart that you're doing a really good thing by exposing people to this incredible healthcare program that we have in front of us. So let me know if I can help you. Harlequin, is there anything that you wanted to say before we wrap up here?
Yeah, just real quickly for Belinda, you need to go to davidallencapital.com / and then your agent ID number. That is that's the main website.
That's it.
And then I have another question here. Even if the client's bank does not allow Plaid, by the client signing up with Plaid personally, will that work? They just wanted a clarification.
And not if the bank does not allow Plaid connection, no, that will not be a workaround. But that's a great question. So thank you for the clarification.
Okay, and Belinda, I'm not sure I understand. So if you can reach out to either Ellen or support and they can
Ellen.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I found it and everything like that. Something told me just keep looking and they'll come up or whatever. So whenever you say whenever I put in David Allen and then the last like the slash and the 10-0, which is the 10-02-677-0106, that's my number, right?
That's what you're saying it is. So it's David Allen Capital, CAPITAL.com.
Okay. All right, I got that. So I just when I go in and look at it and everything, because it says the funding, the customer service, finances, and payment processing clients.
Right. And does it have your name at the top of the site?
Yes, with my phone
Yeah,
number
that's
and
your
my
site.
email.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's your
okay.
site.
I just want to make sure.
Now, just know that whatever page you click on, when you look up in the browser, your agent ID number is not going to be there anymore. So if you're going to send that page, that link out to someone, you always have to add your ID number to the end of the link. And also, you're not going to see Health Share on the main page there. You can find Health Share by looking at the very bottom of the page. In the footer, you'll see other services, healthcare services, and you can find that link there. Or you can click on the 3 lines in the top right of the page, and it'll do a little cover window drop down that'll show you the Health Share page.
Okay. All the way down to this health service, an additional service in an account. Okay.
Yep. So that's how you get over there. And again, just add your ID number to the end of that link. But I would encourage you to go ahead and send that email to support@davidallencapital.com and ask them to resend your welcome letter. That way you've got all your links and you've got the current updated information.
So send the email to David.
To support@davidallencapital.com. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You bet. All right.
If I can add one thing, Ellen, that will help her out, and for anybody else who's in that situation, if you go down to the very bottom of the page, Belinda, on the bottom right, there's a spot that says agent login, because we have a totally new back office. So you'll need to go to the agent login. And since you haven't logged in since they switched, you'll need to go and say that you'll need to reset your password. And then from there, you can access the Agent Resource Center, which is where all of the training is.
Okay.
Awesome. And you can also send a message to support through there as well. And then they'll know exactly who you are. So you can log in and do the stay connected link to the left and send messages through there. That way support will have a chain of communication back and forth through you. So if you ever have something in the future that you're asking about that you've already talked to them about, they'll be able to see that communication, and it makes it easier for them to answer your questions. All right. Thank you all. We appreciate you being here. Appreciate your participation. And I look forward to seeing you guys hitting the leaderboard on recruiting and seeing your numbers come in, as I know all of you are striving for 200 minimum personal residual revenue. All right, let me know how I can help everyone. Have a great evening. We'll see you Wednesday Zoom. Thanks.